Spiritual guidance for the week of March 17th. Welcome to Trevor's Tarot Astrology and Spirituality. Let's take a look at the energies that are available this week and as a collective, and what we might be able to possibly manifest, what we need to be looking out for, and any other insights that we might get. I would like to start doing monthly teroscopes, if not weekly teroscopes, as the channel grows. So please do subscribe to the channel. As soon as we hit, 1,000 subscribers or so, somewhere in that range, I'll start doing weekly teroscopes for each of the signs. Okay, and maybe even some specific career readings, that kind of thing. So what do we need to know for the week of March 17th? So getting the image of like a hamster wheel. So I think there's going to be a lot of feeling like we're just going through the motions. And this week, like emotionally, like especially Monday through like Wednesday feels kind of heavy. We'll pull a card from each deck for each day. So one card or 7 cards from each deck, one for each day, Monday through Sunday. Let's see what we get. What can you show us? What do we need to know about the week of March 17th energetically? Also getting the image of, it looks a, like a pair of binoculars. Feels like kind of a feeling of impatience and wanting to see things a little bit deeper. So let's see what we get. So we get the Hanged Man to start with for Monday. This is feeling paused, being suspended, kind of like that hamster wheel type motion or emotion, like feeling like things are going over and over again. Can you show us for 17th? I feel like we're going to take a step back. We're going to evaluate, reevaluate before we move forward. And unfortunately, I don't think this is our choice. I think there's something in the energy that's blocking progress from happening, particularly on Monday. Let's keep going. So what cards do we have to clarify this for Monday? So yeah, we get the Empress card. So the Hanged Man with the Empress. So the Empress can be like a desire for that motherly type energy. If you are a mother, it might be the desire to feel like you have to step in to intervene in something that's going on with your kids. If you're a child, you might also feel like you need to intervene with your mother, something that's going on with her, like perhaps something that has stopped in motion before, something that's no longer progress isn't being made on. Something along those lines. I feel for the majority of people, though, it's going to be just this feeling of wanting to be nurturing to ourselves, wanting things to move forward in a nurturing way. But it's not clear that that's going to be easily achieved. It feels like this might be a week where we really have to take a step back and really think about what we want and how to get it. Things aren't going to easily fall into place. That doesn't mean that things are going to be extremely difficult. It just means things aren't going to easily fall into place. So we get the Star card. So hopefulness is there. Even though things are hard, we don't lose our hope. So things will progress the way that they're supposed to on Monday. Lots of energy on Monday. It's 3 major arcanas. So Monday might be a heavier day. Show us day. 7 days, March 17th. What can you show us? Okay, so to go with the Hangman, the Empress, and the Star card, we get the card of families. Families are going to be on our mind. Relationships in particular. I'm getting in the water. I'm seeing like some worry about some summer programs, getting grandkids or kids into some summer programs, and feeling like you're not making progress on that. I think that'll all calm down in the future. I also feel that some of you are really trying to plan like maybe a vacation if you're retired in particular. And it's like there's not much progress being made, and it almost feels a little bit frustrating. But the progress will come, just maybe not on Monday. And if you happen to be in the job hunt, I feel like you're going to have that same sort of feeling of like, I'm not hearing back from any of these places that I'm sending off my resume to, but you will eventually, is the feeling I'm getting. And if you're currently just working, it might just feel like you're in that hamster wheel of working, just day after day feels the same and feels the same. But the truth is, that's not really reality. That's just the feeling of the day. The last card we get for Monday is the Nine of Pentacles. So we have everything that we need to have a productive week. By the end of Monday, things are in place and we have everything we need to have a productive week. So Monday, again, kind of some pausing, suspension. Things feel like they're not moving forward. You're kind of feeling like you need to push them forward, like a motherly type nudge. Doesn't matter your gender, whether you're a mother or not. It's just that kind of energy. Um, it's like you feel like you're sitting there and you're hoping and things aren't really coming to fruition, but things will start to improve. Lots of things around family, parents, kids in particular. I got a hit on somebody struggling with getting their child or grandchild into some summer activities, maybe a summer camp of sorts, and things are feel like they're not progressing. Vacation planning feels like it's not progressing. I feel like a lot of people are looking forward to the summer already. It's even though it's not quite the spring. And we get the Nine of Pentacles, which says that everything's going to basically be okay and everything is going to be, all our needs are going to be met. Now, going into Tuesday, we get the Page of Swords. This can be a feeling of victory. This also can be a feeling of having to deal with immature people. Now, unfortunately, I think if you're in the working world, this is feeling the feeling of having to deal with immature people. And I think, again, if you're in the situation of trying to plan things, that might be the feeling as well. Now, if you're on the job market, I think this could be a feeling of progress, things moving forward, feeling victorious, like you're prepared for the next step. We get the Page of Swords again. So double messages about Page of Swords. So messages coming forward. They could be of, you know, economical, they could be spiritual, they could be, messages that improve your mental health or your mental outlook is what I'm getting. And we get the Sun card. So Tuesday seems like it's going to be a really good day. We're going to get resolution on some sort of issue. We're going to look up to the heavens and be like, okay, the hopeful moments of Monday have come to pass, and now there's finally at least a hint of progress. Whether there's resolutions, I don't think that's necessarily true for everybody. I think it's true for some, but I think there's progress towards whatever the resolution and the issue that you're working on. Yeah, because we get wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. Things are going to start to move forward. We're going to make progress on the things that we're working on. But it's going to take that feeling of kind of surrendering with that star card on Monday, where you're literally like on Monday, help, kind of. But that's what the star card's for. We get the Six of Swords to wrap out the day on Tuesday. This is moving away from troubled waters, starting a new journey. You can see the woman getting into the boat, and things are going to start moving forward. So Monday feels like a hamster wheel. Tuesday feels like things are moving forward. On Wednesday, we get the World card. This is the end of a cycle, perhaps the starting of something new. This feels to me like getting some resolution on an issue that's been around for months for some of you. Uh, this could be health related for a few of you. And the doctor in the water, I'm seeing like a doctor. So I think this could be like a resolution on a health matter. Like it works out in your favor. Like things are going to be okay. And we get temperance. So moderation, the feeling of wanting things to just go smoothly, not really looking for a big high or a real low, because I think Monday and Tuesday were fairly trying for a lot of us. We get the world again. This happens all the time when I read tarot. Um, this again, it feels like, if you were the one trying to plan the vacation or trying to get summer things set up for kids or grandkids, it's kind of like this is starting to come and you can see the end is in sight. All that planning is not for naught. We get the high priestess. There are things going on behind the scenes that you can't see that were causing the delays. Um, and I actually think that the delays in some ways were beneficial to you. Whatever was delayed, now, whether it's an offer of a new job, um, planning a trip, um, things like that. Whatever was delayed for a reason, and we're not supposed to know why. So it was delayed ultimately for things to work out better. So we get the High Priestess. That's four arcanas, major arcanas. So big energy on Wednesday. And some financial situation is going to find some resolution. This is repayments of loans and debts. Perhaps if somebody owes you some money, you might get some money paid back to you on this day. You might find some unexpected money that you didn't know you had. Like you might have thought your checking account said X, and then when you go to check, it actually was a little bit bigger than X. Um, this also could be you repaying a loan or a debt or making a payment. I feel for some of you like this is the last car payment for a car that you've purchased a while ago. This is the last payment, so congratulations on that. So that's Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a big day energetically. On Thursday, kind of just the morning kind of feels like blah. I don't know. Same old, same old. It's like the excitement from the day before. It's kind of the leftover is gone. So it's kind of like the day after Christmas type feeling, perhaps in the morning for some of us. It's also a feeling of we don't want what we have. You can see here the person's pouring out the water from the cup, not wanting it. An offer was given. So normally in the Four of Cups, this is the hand of God handing a cup. Here, the cup's been taken and it's been dumped out. So there might be turning down of a job offer that you were actually looking forward to getting, something like that. It could be you turning down some sort of offer, whether it's economically related, travel related. It could just be an offer of, I mean, it's a minor arcana, so it might not be a big deal. It might be like, getting invited to dinner and you kind of think about it after a while and you're like, nah, I don't really want to do that. We get the Nine of Cups again. So this week's going to be full of wishes coming true for a lot of us. This could be, again, it feels like it's around something to do with planning for the summer. I'm getting that's coming through very strongly. I don't know why, but if you're planning something for the summer for yourself, for your children, for grandchildren, that's going to come through. I'm also getting that a couple of you are going to have like a breakthrough in a grieving process. So if you've been grieving, I'm sorry that you went through that, but I feel like this could be a breakthrough in the sense of not that grief stops, because grief never stops, but in the sense of you're able to look at your loved one who's passed in a more poignant remembrance rather than just remembering they're gone. So um, we get justice. Um, so I think this is all about balance. If you're feeling your life's a little bit out of whack, like you're working too much or you're not working enough, this day is going to remind you somehow to put your life back into balance. If you're eating too little or eating too much, it's going to find its way to kind of balance things out. And a kind of a pretty heavy reminder if you're, you know, not focused on your health, but focused on material objects, which isn't bad. Not saying it's bad. We all do that on occasion. This card is telling us that it's going to pull us back into balance. All these things have a way of just kind of coming back. It's not allowing us go to the extremes, which is a good energy to live in. It's a very positive energy. It might not sound positive, but it definitely is. Um, we get like the King of Wands. This could be a job offer coming through. It might be a job offer the day that you turn down a different job. It also could be news about, you know, uh, like an adjustment in your pension plan for the good if you're retired. Um, it could also have to do with something you're very passionate about. Um, so I'm getting for some of you that you might want to take an art class, something along those lines. You're going to realize that you can afford to, and there's room. Something along those lines, something that you're passionate about is going to come forward. And always on the back of our minds on Thursday is family, reunions coming together, uh, coming in from out of the cold. I think there'll be a lot of storytelling of remembrances, which is why I think this Nine of Cups came forward as like a healing of grief. Is there'll kind of be these funny stories that are exchanged that just remind you that, you know, just because someone's life ended doesn't mean that they're not a part of your life, if that resonates with you. So I think that's Thursday. Friday, we get the star card again. We're gonna feel the need to like kind of wish our way through life. Like things aren't going to come easy this week. That's just the way it is. And that's probably the way it is going to be until after the second eclipse, which is on the 29th. I think after that, energies will start to improve. But this is going to feel like we're going to need help along the way on Friday. That's why the star's there. The star goes with the Eight of Wands. Things will start to move quickly, especially towards the afternoon on Fridays. I feel like a lot of you are anticipating a weekend and it's going to come before you know it. Don't wish your time away is a big theme, I think, for this time when you're going through hard times. Just try to live within that energy, even though it's hard. Things will start moving quickly and in your favor on Friday. We get the Five of Cups. We can go into this like wallow of self-pity if we're not careful on Friday. This feeling of woe is me, everything is lost. It's not true. It's anxiety and it's stress lying to you. So that energy is there on Friday. Be aware of that and not fall into it. We get justice again. It's like we're going to have to self-balance. Like the universe isn't going to let us be unbalanced this week. It's going to pull us back from whatever extremes it are going on in our lives, whether we're staying up too late and not sleeping enough, we'll be forced to balance. Whether, we're spending too much money on outside food and not eating at home enough, we'll be forced to balance. It's like the universe has a way of looking out for you. It's a positive card. It's not a negative thing. It's something that you're going to want to do. That energy is going to be there. And we get the King of Swords. This could refer to like going into a very logical brain on Friday night. It also could be a truth being revealed. You can see in the imagery here, the king is being handed the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is the truth. So there might be some revelation on Friday that kind of ties everything together for the week. On Saturday, we get the Ten of Pentacles. We're going to be thinking about kids if we have them. We're going to be thinking about parents if they're still around. We're going to be thinking about monetary situations. In particular, we're going to be thinking about what we can do for children or grandchildren to make their lives easier. That's what I'm getting from that. And I think that goes back to that planning, trying to get things ready for the summer for that cohort of people. We get the Tower. Maybe some plans kind of fall apart, but it'll be rebuilt. It's nothing to be scared of. Just know that that energy is possible for you on Saturday. And don't let it ruin your day. It can just be kind of a sudden, shocking piece of information, such as, oh, the vacation is actually, $50 more per person than expected, or something along those lines. But I feel like in the water, I'm getting the word context. I feel like this could be taken out of context and really ruin your day if you let it. I don't think that the tower, the actual event, is as big as it might seem at the time that it happens. So be aware and try to have that justice mentality of balancing things out. Is this really as it seems? We have circles of supports and celebrations. If you feel like going out Saturday and having fun, this seems like a good night to do that. Planning dinner parties, things like that. I think this is also perhaps referring to some of you um, just having a phone conversation with some of your friends that you haven't spoken to in a while. Perhaps you sat down Saturday afternoon and you just call up some people that you haven't spoken to. I think, and you might want to talk to them about whatever the tower was about. There's going to be a need for rest on Saturday. The week was very chaotic for a lot of you. So the Four Swords comes through when it's time to rest. And that, it can also refer to a health issue, but generally, I don't think I'm not getting that. I'm getting, perhaps you might want to start preparing for the next week by, making sure that if you believe in taking vitamins or doing vitamin drinks, kind of that to ward off anything that might be coming. But I think mostly this is about needing to rest. I think, you might be planning on doing something Saturday night, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, maybe we should just stay in and watch TV. It's kind of that kind of feeling. And both are okay, but listen to your body. If your body's telling you to rest, it's probably a good idea. We also get strength coming through. This card is about, I think for a lot of us, is about realizing that the week is almost over. Sunday, sometimes people think Sunday's the beginning of the week, and I'm not arguing that point. It's like realizing and looking back on the week and go, yeah, we really managed that week pretty well. It's almost a prideful feeling as you're going to bed on Saturday of feeling like, yeah, that week was pretty good. Like managed it pretty well. On Sunday, we get that return of wanting to be passionate again. This could involve a romantic relationship. For some of you, I'm getting that. I'm also getting that, uh, you know, you might want to, for some of you, you might want to spend Sunday just doing something that you're really passionate about, whether it's a hobby like painting, crocheting, reading. And that's okay. It's okay to introvert and do something that you're passionate about that doesn't involve others. We get the Ten of Swords. The week is winding down. The dark energies of the week are over. So the end of the dark cycle, which was the week of the 17th, is coming to an end. And we get the Knight of Pentacles, some sort of message coming forward about money. This could be just perhaps you're sitting down and you're looking at your budget and realizing that you have more than you thought you did, or a bill comes in and it was less. I'm getting for some of you, your electric bill will be a lot less than you thought it would be. So you have a little bit more money than you were expecting to have, which is good. This also could be, if you're a parent, take this as you wish. It could be a child calling and possibly asking for some money as well. We get the Tower energy again. This again, it's kind of breaking down the structures of perception. That's all it is. It's nothing to be scared of. The Tower can refer to a lot of things in a lot of different readings, but in this particular type of reading, all it refers to is that you're rethinking the way structures work. You might be rethinking your relationship with your employer, for example. You might be thinking, I'm worth more than what they're paying me or the role that I'm in. I'm doing the role that's beyond the role that I'm in. And therefore, you might get up the gumption next week when we check in on those energies of seeing about getting a raise. I do see a partnership coming together. If you're single and you're looking for love interest, this could be the day where you meet somebody. I don't think that it'll instantly start out as a love relationship, but it might be somebody that you just meet that in a couple months turns into something more. This also could just refer to partnerships with friends, getting together on Sunday for tea or coffee, any number of those things. So I think all in all, it's going to be the first part of the week is going to be a bit tricky, but the energies towards the end are going to be a little bit easier. So let's just take two cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle for energies that we should focus on the week of the 17th. So we get trader, exchange energies to create abundance. So collaboration. This could be collaborations with a work colleague, with a friend. And summer, bask in the joy of light. I think maybe this is why I was picking on like making plans for the summer. But don't forget that the spring is also a very enjoyable time. So don't, you know, there's a saying about not wishing your days away where you're just constantly waiting for the next big event in your life. Try to live in the energy of the day. And so summer, it says bask in the joy and light. So this could also just be a message to maybe get outside if you haven't been outside all week and maybe go for a walk. I don't think it's anything major. I think it's just the universe's way of saying that we sometimes get trapped in that justice card, which is going to bring balance back. This might be a part of that. So if you've been spending all your time indoors, you might feel the need to get outdoors. All right. I hope that was helpful. Please leave me a comment to let me know if that resonated. Thank you.